Hello, 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 fellow Bitcoiners. Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 42. I am King, and of course, Bitcoin Zay is still over on the East Coast for another week. We'll have him back next week. Hope everybody is having a great day. A lot going on in space today. Time for the symmetries going on. Yep, say what's going on, Antonio. So two things. For those, of course, who saw my tweets or our company tweets and Facebook, not only is B2X canceled now, but as I just put out there too on the tweet, altcoin season is about to start, people. All right, that's what I'm thinking. People are still calling me up at 10 a.m. for some reason. All right, I don't know why. They just do it. But yes, I'm in a new place, people. I'm not going to show you it right now because there's stuff everywhere I haven't unpacked. But yeah, so a lot going on today. First, I just want to make sure we give out the free Bitcoin from the last time I went. Bitcoin Zay kind of glosses over occasionally by mistake sometime. We did catch up, so we owed you Bitcoin already. We sent it out to you, so you should have received it. But the last one, only 3 people commented. All 3 were good. The P-Man Band, Distinguishing Styles. There was one more new one. I think it was Madam. Hold on, let me check it out. It was Madam something, but all 3 were great comments. Oh, Madam Crypto, theirs is good as well. But the winner for that went ahead, gave the winner to Distinguished Styles LLC. They basically said, I asked what would be the best way to continuing, of course, using Bitcoin, but be able to send money out to people while forks and all that good stuff. And they said use side chains. That way Bitcoin won't be disrupted. Just like we have add-ons for browsers. Like, glosses over, I'm taking my coins off cover. Just like we have add-ons for browsers like Chrome and Firefox, side chains can be equivalent of add-ons for Bitcoin. With this, users can choose what features they like while having to split off in Bitcoin. I like that. I like maybe having side chains where users could implement certain things they want and certain things they don't want on their network. So Distinguished Styles LLCJ, we have your address. We'll make sure we get that to you. Back to news. Okay, first of all, people, I'm going to make this as brief as possible, this today's segment. I know I say that, but I talk a lot. I'm going to try to make it brief because it's just trading time, people. This, as a trader, this is where it's dark in here. As a trader, this is where traders make money, this volatility. And right now, the market is volatile. It's only going to get more volatile because everybody was expecting one thing to happen. Of course, we pivoted. For those who didn't see, we have it up. I'm not sure we put it on our official Facebook yet, but on our Twitter at Kirby Crypto is on there. The note from BitGo CEO, but B2X was called off. Long story short, they called it off for the reasons why everybody been screaming for it not to happen already, and that's because consensus wasn't reached in the community. I told you, it didn't matter what the businesses decided. It didn't matter that all these exchanges and mining groups were saying, well, we want SegWit. We know you all want SegWit. It helps you. But users and traders, you and I, and everybody who just, buys Bitcoin, invests, whatever, it wasn't a consensus reached with the masses. And there was no way of knowing what that consensus would be without asking. And they didn't ask. They came up with the agreement. They said this is the way we're moving forward. Of course, we saw this pushback the last few weeks, the volatility. Well, today, the next 72 hours is about to be volatile, people. I'm telling you. If you're not a full-time trader, just sit out, buy, hold, leave it alone. If you are a trader, watch this. And once we get off, get to business because... and be monitoring everything for the next 24 to... Exactly, Ivan Ashley. I'm not about to sleep for the next 2 days probably. Like, seriously. Not 2 or 3 days, I'm not going to sleep. It's about to be non-stop trading. And that's what this is about, people. You make 80% of your money 20% of the time. All right? You don't... and Bitcoin Zay shouted that. He always says that. But, it's true. You make 80% of your money in crypto 20% of the time. You will go 2 or 3 months... Yeah, I know, Dimitri. I'm about to finish this. I'm jumping right on my trade. That's why I'm late right now. I'm doing it. But so basically, yeah, we'll have these down and dead periods for 2 months, maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever. And then literally within a span of 72 hours, 3 to 5 days, you can make all of your money back. You're shorting only on 5 to 10 times. There you go, on 10 times rise after that. So here's the thing, the notes I want you all to take from B2X. Remember who was on that agreement. I said it last time, and I posted the link during the chat as far as ways to check with businesses. Now is the time to remember who was on that agreement, who was pushing the B2X, who didn't ask for you all's consensus. Remember these names. I said it in my last in the last live stream. Remember the names because they will come out with something else in another year or two. I'm guaranteeing you this. This is what business people do. I mean, I've learned from a lot of huge CEOs. I'm talking Fortune 100 companies that I know personally who told me, they're like, You know, some people do have the strategy where they fall in love with their company, they build an empire. But a lot of these CEOs I talk to, they're like, man, look, you know, 9 times out of 10, your business is going to fail. So what does that mean to you? That means you need to be, you know, starting 10 businesses. So to them, this is a numbers game. If this didn't, say we 2X didn't work out, oh well, they're going to throw something else out there in a couple years, year and a half from now. Watch out for these same people, because now you already know they're about their personal self-interest. They're not about the community. They're not about Bitcoin in general. They're about how they can line their pockets. And I mean, Jeff Garzik, the head developer for the 2X, I mean, a guy is launching an ICO at the same time as trying to take 2X on full time as well. So, I mean, granted, I have many businesses and jobs myself, but I mean, come on, really, I don't have 2 at that level where it's like, all right, these both require 110% of my effort. I have some where it requires like 10% on Wednesdays. But seriously, this guy was trying to hit 2 disruptive projects. I mean, both ICOs and 2X disrupt technologies, disruptive projects. So I wouldn't trust anybody like that. Let's just say the outcome is bullish for both Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. Exactly. Let's see, let's go. Oh, again, I said this last time as well. I'm going to harp on this again, and I'm not trying to take anything away from guys who do TA. You know that. Bitcoin's A does a great job at it. I have some other people who do great jobs at TA and stuff. So definitely not taking away. However, this is why I try to tell people to balance their house when it comes to investing. If you don't have FA, fundamental analysis, you are lost in the sauce, people. I mean, you know, Tom Bay's been called the top twice. He called a double top the other day. And once again, I know Tom Bay is very smart. Everybody loves him for his TA, but like I said about him as well, I don't think he does any fundamental analysis. I think it's all charts and graphs. He's not worried about what people think and actually what people do. You will fail on that. I have a PR marketing background. What people do is important. And my point is that, you know, he called a double top as well as a bunch of other Twitter traders and all of these, you know, top TA guys were calling tops this. They were wrong then. They called it a double top. First, let me tell you why they were wrong on the first top with the TA. And I actually told some of these messages I was telling people this. The first top was wrong because they assumed that their charts, whatever it said, you know, Bitcoin, the price is going to drop down. The thing they didn't account for is that the FOMO. The FOMO is still here, people. My phone goes off the hook. People want to buy Bitcoin. So every time it dips down to 7,000, you know, 6,800, whatever, 7,200, or at this point it was just 7,000 a couple of days ago. There are people who've been waiting for the dip and they want to buy it. They want to buy it. It was 5-minute one. It was small, but it wasn't there. So when they're calling these tops and these, you know, whatever, they're not thinking about people who want to buy it. They're just waiting for it not to be 7,500 anymore. Oh, it dropped down to 7,000. Perfect. I'll take that. I'll save $500. So that's one thing I don't think they're accounting for. And then the second thing, you see, they're not really calling tops. They're calling prices that need to be retested. Okay, that's true, but specifically, Tom Pay's called a double top, specifically. And the second thing I'll say, you know, once again from the FA side of the house, who would have thought BitGo would have came out and came, you know, who thought BitGo, Jeff Garzik, and all these guys would have came out and said, hey, we're not doing SegWit 2X anymore. Again, that affects the price. And then right now, you know, I don't think, you know, and I'm not saying like long term, just in the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm not sure how much TA can help because we've never been here before. We were planning to go one direction. People were planning to get 1-for-1 free Bitcoin or excuse me, free 2X coins and sell those or trade those or whatever. And now we don't even have it. So again, no one knows what's going to happen right now. Being called. You said explain to you how the fork being called off is good for Bitcoin price in the short term. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be good for the price in the short term. That's what I mean. Who knows? I think it might not be, only because people were buying in to get that 1-for-1. I know people who are just like, you know, buying Bitcoin just so they can have that free SegWit coin. And now that they don't have it, who knows? But you say everything is breaking 15-minute clouds. Right, but the only thing I would say which could cause it to still do very well is the fact that we now see the strength in Bitcoin again. It's been retested and it won. It won while we having to go to the game this time. You know, it won in the locker room this time. So that reason I can see the price going up. But also I can see it pulling back as well because people initially bought into it to get the free coins. Yep, being called off means the protocol is safe. That's what I'm saying. Yep, alts. I think alts is some money's definitely about to flood in the alts here in the next couple of days, starting today. I mean, honestly, we already saw. So for those who are paying attention, we saw Litecoin jump again the other day. Once again, from an FA standpoint, people had Litecoin going up for the next couple of days, you know, and it already had a big jump. It just went from like 50 bucks, 50 some dollars, you know, in USD terms, went from $50 to like 70 bucks or whatever in the last couple of days. Huge jump. However, you know, now that Bitcoin's safe again, what's going to happen with Litecoin? I don't know. We're about to find out. Now, I mean, long term, you know, it's still a good bet, but right now in the short term, let's see what happens. It just had a huge jump. Let's see. Okay. Litecoin is that? I didn't want to say it, but who knows? Also going up on expectation that China's entering back in the market. No, for sure. But also that news has been going on. The China news has been going on that they're supposed to be entering the market. They were talking about that before November 1st, that China was supposed to be entering back into the market. But it's not just that. Alts were going to go up regardless after the SegWit fork happened. That's what usually happens. People fork it, they get the free coins, they get the free money, and they go straight back into alts. So they were going to go up anyway. And I'm saying since the fork isn't even happening now, there you go, decentralized. Since the fork isn't even happening now, people are about to put money back into the altcoins. Let's see, so Strat looks crazy on 15. Let me see. Okay, another thing that's going on. I know Bitcoin's Day yesterday talked about the parity hat and all that. One thing I want to key in on, because we're talking about SegWit 2X now, you know, that was a business decision almost, or what it seemed like. Same things happen with Ethereum, and that's why some people don't trust it. Crypto job. Nope, haven't discussed crypto jobs. I actually have it on the list though. But the one thing, you know, with Ethereum that some people don't like is that they're saying it's not truly decentralized anymore, which, you know, kind of isn't. But the reason why I'm saying that is because, with the parity hat, you know, they're talking about doing a hard fork to make sure those funds are safe. But once again, that's taking a business decision to save a business, to save money, instead of being decentralized and having consensus as a community. So we're seeing the same thing, or I won't say the same, we're seeing very similar things that we're seeing happen to Bitcoin, happen with Ethereum, except Ethereum's choosing to go the business route. I mean, that's plain and simple. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because Ethereum was built, you know, you can have the apps on top of it, you can run different softwares and programs, and you can build and create things on it. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because maybe at the end of the day, Ethereum is made for the business side of it. And we still have Ethereum Classic, but I just want to point that out because, again, Ethereum isn't really going the decentralized consensus route, what's best for everybody. They're going, we got another business that just lost, you know, $150 million. Like, they're gonna want their money back. So they're kind of going straight toward what businesses do. Chinese have been relegated to OTC and offshore exchange. Wrist sauce with some wrist toast and wrist pancakes. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one that came out. So Deloitte came back out with some good stuff. They're saying that last year, I think from 2016, over 26,000 26,000 blockchain initiatives were started, which is a huge number. Their report, you can read it, is called Evolution of Blockchain Technology Insights from the GitHub platform. For those who don't know what GitHub is, it's basically you can have open source coding and developers that are on it. I'm not gonna act like I know everything about it. I've been on GitHub a couple of times to download some programs for my computer, but I do know that's like where some of the top developers are at, like around the world. They work on a ton of projects, and guess what project is also hosted on GitHub? Bitcoin, people. Bitcoin is on GitHub, and this is another reason why we didn't even believe in the SegWit 2X. You know, we weren't going with it. We talked about before, but Bitcoin has the best developers in the world working on it. Whereas, you know, SegWit 2X had a handful whose software had already been, you know, some of the things they put on GitHub had already been flawed and had been called out on it. Jeff Garzik, matter of fact, had already been called out on a couple of things he did with the Bitcoin Core project. And that was, people were saying that's one of the reasons why he was pushing over to the SegWit 2X, because he really wasn't respected in the Bitcoin core community anyway. Silicon Valley devs not working on Bitcoin. That's true, they're not. I don't think they are like that either as well. But anyway, so Bitcoin on GitHub, they said right now it has 627 total contributors and nearly 12,000 followers. So again, people, that's 627 developers and coders, some of the best in the world, as well as 12,000 followers. It's open source software, which means any of those 12,000 followers who probably are going to be developers and coders and all that good stuff as well, because to understand some of that, you need to at least have the basic understanding in that space. That means it's being checked by over 12,000 people, and with a core team of over 600 people. So when you look at those numbers, that's one of the reasons why I believe in Bitcoin and what it's doing, because it's just so many smart people looking at it. Like, if it's wrong, that means a lot of people are going to be wrong at the same time. Right. Okay, Malcolm, I'm not sure if you're talking to me or to the comments. I'm not keeping up all the comments. But yeah, I know Bitcoin developers work for free. There's actually a couple of Bitcoin developers who came out and said they're broke already. I said that on the last stream. And that's why, again, another reason why I like Bitcoin. People are working on it for free. People are going broke, trying to put their energy, time, and resources into a project to help everybody at the end of the day. So definitely a proud supporter of that. Another kind of going with the coding and developing as well with the crypto jobs. Crypto Q, appreciate the links to a couple as well. Two, he pointed out recently, I saw him as well, but we kind of talked about it. Ray Dalio, we talked about him before, Dinosaur Dalio. He's a successful hedge fund manager, has like $160 billion in the management. He's promoting a new book, but basically in his new book, he was talking about income inequality, and how I think he said less than 1% control over 90% of the wealth in the country. But he was like, one of the quotes he said that stuck out that we keep harping on. I know Bitcoin's they talk about, I talk about, because it is important. But Ray Dalio, successful hedge fund manager of 160 billion, just was quoted saying, people are going to, by and large, either know how to code or be increasingly unemployed because they are being replaced by the product of that. We have to deal with that issue. If you don't know how to code, if you're not, in that space, if you're not a techie person, you need to get into it. Your kids especially need to get into it. If your family members are working a dead-end job, they're still working in a restaurant somewhere, making minimum wage, whatever it is, tell them to get down on one of these free programs all over the internet and learn to code. That is where we're going as a country. That's where we're going as a world. If you don't know how to code and you're not already set up financially where you can invest in some people who do know how to code, then you're going to be in for a rude awakening here. I won't even say the next 10 or 20 years. I mean, by then for sure, but in the next 5 to 8 years, the change is going to happen. It's going to happen so fast because technology always goes fast. Every time something is new, it's created even faster. It moves faster. And then the other one, Crypto Q, shout out again to him. He pronounced this word for me in his message, which I greatly appreciate because my pronunciation is terrible. But Deutsche Bank CEO also said robots could replace half of the 97,000 employees. Robots replacing almost 50,000 jobs. People are going to need to know how to maintain those robots. They're going to need to know how to code them into the software. Somebody's going to have to, but those jobs will be going away, people. They're going to take away almost $50,000, 50,000 jobs and replace with robots. Once again, learn to code. Said Bitcoin's going down, alt's probably about to go up then. And last but not least, this was funny to me. I had to add, or actually two last things. This one was funny. I had to add it. So CME Group, they're talking about launching the futures. Well, one of the senior execs at CME, Leo Malamed, said that, I quote, "We will regulate and make Bitcoin not wild nor wilder. We will tame it into a regular type of instrument of trade with rules." CME, I'm with you. I get you that you want to come in the market, make money, whatever. But if you think you're going to tame Bitcoin, your business won't be around for a long time. For one, you're trading futures. You're not trading, you all don't own all the Bitcoin. People, exactly, good luck with that. People, we're already at over 16 million Bitcoin released. There's only going to be 21, okay? There is no controlling it when you don't own the majority already. You're not going to own the majority. They're trading futures. They're really speculating about what can happen next. So that was funny to me. The fact that he really came out and said, we're going to tame Bitcoin. Taming Bitcoin will require people like myself and Bitcoin Zay to give away some of our Bitcoin. And that's something we are not ever doing. So good luck to them on that, but we'll see what happens. Top 5 companies 2007 versus today. 30% large market cap, 44% fewer employees. Code is king. That's true. There we go. And the last one, this was big to me because I'm trying to say, I know how the government plays and it isn't fair, people. A former U.S. Secret Service agent has been sentenced to an additional prison term on charges associated with his theft of Bitcoin seized from now defunct dark market Silk Road. So you remember when Silk Road, I forgot, when Aldrich was arrested and given his life sentence, which was totally unfair, and he was tried in New York again, it was totally unfair. Exactly, free Ross Aldrich. Look up the Silk Road story. Basically, Silk Road is what really put Bitcoin on the map, even though it was technically in a negative way, because media, all they wanted to report was Bitcoins for drug dealers, for criminals, and for murder by hire. However, the one thing they did not report was that there were two Secret Service, or I think it was a Secret Service agent and an FBI agent, were actually causing some of the chaos. They were colluding with Ross. They were, started off as an investigation, ended up with them stealing Bitcoin, the FBI and the Secret Service agent, which they got jail time for. And then it also went to, I think the Secret Service agent was trying to set up hits with Ross. Oh, is it possible to make some layer above Bitcoin so people can own? I only caught some of that comment. But my point is that, once again, this is a story that's not going to hit mainstream news. But it's funny when all these people say, well, Bitcoin's for money launderers, Bitcoin's for criminals, Bitcoin's for murderers, Bitcoin what the Vatican just say is for human trafficking. They're saying all these negative stories about Bitcoin, but they're not saying, oh, but our Secret Service agent stole Bitcoin twice now. Our Secret Service agent may have murdered somebody over this. Our Secret Service and FBI agents were just as involved, if not more criminally, than allegedly Ross Aldrich was. I can't pronounce his last name. You know I'm terrible. But my point is, this is the hypocrisy, people, which is why we keep saying, like take the mainstream news with a grain of salt. When I watch the news, which is rare, I read a lot. I do a lot of reading on the internet and stuff, but when I do watch news cycles and stuff, I'm just looking for topics. I don't look to see the facts of it. I don't care, because I know how it works. Like as a I've done it as far as not necessarily pushed out false information, but I've been on the side of the house where I'm working with BBC or Fox News or CNN or whatever, and I know the process to me giving them information, how they release it. I know how it works. So when I look at the news, I'm just looking for the topics. It's like, oh, I didn't hear about this. This is the new topic. And then I'm going to go do my own research, and I'm going to call and text my own people, because you have to take it with a grain of salt. And the fact that they're not reporting on this Secret Service agent is, it's crazy to me. But that's all I have for today. I still went about the same time, which is good. Like I said, for the free Bitcoin today, Dirty Agent gets 8 years, asks for better prison conditions because of loneliness, and Ross gets double life. Yeah, he got double life. It's crazy. Let me see, the free Bitcoin today, people. We are going to, I can't even think right now. My mind is just like literally just on trading right now. For the free Bitcoin, let's see. I don't know. I don't know the free Bitcoin day. What we're going to do. Somebody give me an idea right now. Go ahead and put an idea in the comment section, and we'll use that if I see a quick good one. My mind is like frozen right now. Come on, all these smart people out there. Let's get some. Let's get some. What trades am I? A lot. I've been sitting on a lot of altcoins for a little bit now. Okay, well, I can't say that one only because there's a lot of pumpers going on. All right, and by tomorrow morning, which altcoin you said? Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. What's the bottom? Predict the bottom correction, the closest bottom correction when I come back on Friday. So Friday morning when I come on, from now to Friday, whatever bottom it is, whoever gets the closest to it, we'll give them the free Bitcoin. So after this video, of course, in the comment section, in quotes, predict what the bottom will be in the next, 48 hours. And then on Friday, when I log on, whoever predicted the closest, they will receive the Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you follow us at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO. And if you're trading today, happy trading. If you're kind of new, stay on the sidelines and wait until this thing kind of blows over Monday or Tuesday. Good luck to everybody, and I will see you all on Friday. Bitcoin Day has tomorrow. Take care.